We're not safe until it's done. It'll haunt us in the night. It has taken 3 podcasts to finally get it right. If we talk far too long, we might have to go to 4.
So it's time to take some action, boys. It's time for round 3. Through the first episode, a grasshopper beat a lion, making a couple of listeners angry. Then part 2, a few hunters with some double-barrel shotguns took out every single wild beast. We have goals, major goals to finish this time. To complete it all in 3. Heroes fight overnight, but we're not coming home till it's done. Good and done. Baconsale.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Usually I do show prep for like the actual fights, but that was the entire time.
That was your prep.
Oh, man. That's it.
Ken basically just gave me, right before the show, he's like, hey, here's the lyrics. Just sing along with the rhythm. I'm like, okay, I had no idea how far he was going to go with that.
Pretty far.
Yeah, quite a ways is the answer. Welcome to Baconsale, everyone.
I'm Kent.
I'm Joel.
And Jacob.
Oh, man. By the way, 3 doesn't rhyme with 4. What are you doing?
It was late.
Okay. No. It was great.
Joel's kind of inflexible on those things.
Syllables need to be correct. It needs to rhyme. Thank you for listening, everybody. This is our 3rd time around this bend. We've done brackets before, but they've never gone on this long. Why? Why is this going 3 shows?
Do you know why? Because usually by round 2, we're tired and we want it to be over, but apparently we wanted to fight for 20 minutes about each guy in the last round.
It's not really every...
We.
Definitely we when it comes to grasshoppers.
No. But we're hoping to wrap it up this time. And if we don't, it'll be a
We're
sad
going
state
to.
of affairs.
It's the Sweet 16.
we are doing it.
We are
Final
doing
Four
it. Finals.
If we do a 4th one, I think the listener... Well, that was the funny thing. Some of the listener were super excited there was a 3rd show. And then a couple were just like, ugh, more of this. You know, so we can't please everyone, which is why we're going to do entire Doctor Who shows all of July.
July is Doctor Who month.
Yeah.
It's going to be freaking awesome.
That's not true, everyone. It's not true.
What, did you think like our stock prices were going to fall as soon as we announced
Turn
it?
it off right then.
They're already down.
But so we've gone through
Just from saying that.
2 rounds.
We've gone through 2 rounds. We're going to start our 3rd.
And how many rounds do we have to go through in this show? 1, 2, 3. So 3 rounds left.
Right.
But they're all shorter rounds.
We've got Sweet 16, then Elite 8, and Final 4, and
then finals.
Yep.
Let's jump into it.
I'm going to do my best to actually go quickly because
you recommended actually bringing in like a fight buzzer where it was like we had a certain amount of time and then we had to clock out.
which honestly is a pretty good idea.
Maybe next time we do another one of these brackets, which if you have a recommendation for a bracket, we are more than willing to do it.
we'd like to do them.
Especially if we have passion about it. I mean, you can't do like, Gilmore Girl characters or something like that.
I like the idea. I mean, that would have eliminated a lot of grasshopper nonsense, but like,
was
you can hit a buzzer
nonsense.
with like 60 seconds.
Yeah, you have 6 seconds to debate.
It would probably be 3 minutes per round. For
minutes?
one person to argue their point, the other one did their
like
points.
a point, but we have to do like a point counterpoint.
Counterpoint, yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's jump into it.
This one will not have that organization, so let's do this.
If you don't know the drill, if you're listening to this one without having listened to the first 2, I don't know why you would.
Go back.
But the way it works is if Kent and I, we're going to pit 2 Disney villains against each other. If Kent and I agree, they move on. If we don't, we have to convince Jacob, and he ends up picking who wins. I feel like I'm rushing.
Well, it's because, we've explained this a couple times before, so if you're not onto it by now, all right.
If you're not on it by now.
If you're not on it,
you will never, never, never be on it.
Ooh.
So anyway.
High five.
Yeah, that was high five worthy for sure. All right, so last round we had Ka and Gaston.
And Gaston won.
Gaston won,
Right.
which was crazy. But you guys agreed, so
sense.
Gaston went on. And and now he's taking on the winner of King Candy and Captain Hook, where Captain Hook won.
So it's Captain Hook. That was a little confusing.
So Gaston versus Captain Hook.
Gaston versus Captain Hook.
So Gaston is the town hero. He's a hunter. We've talked about him a few times. He's neutral and later bad. His goal is to marry Belle. And yes.
He wants to be the best. And doesn't he deserve the best?
His weapons, he has a fist, blunderbuss, bow and arrow, makeshift club. It's makeshift, apparently. He has crafting
He can't even have
skills.
a real club.
He can't even buy a club.
And a hunting knife.
Nice.
Captain Hook, on the other hand.
Captain Hook has a hook, a sword, and I believe that's pretty much it.
Pistole.
Oh, he has a pistol. Yeah, he does have a pistol. You're right.
This is a pretty good match. In fact, I struggled with this one in my prep. There's one that I want to win, and there's one that I think might win. But I do want Captain Hook to win based on the fact that I think he's the better Disney villain. In fact, one of the best Disney villains. We tend to see him as kind of bumbling, and I think Disney did that because
He's a bit of a codfish.
Yeah, there you go. But like the thing is, he's willing to kill people. If he doesn't like the way you play accordion, he will shoot you.
Yeah.
And he did in the movie.
And he killed Rufio, so...
Spoilers!
Oh, bangarang.
Rufy...
He killed Prince Zuko. Well, here's what I think. Because I do think that Captain Hook is a good villain. He's willing to kill a little boy.
Yes.
I don't think Gaston would do that. He's basically willing to take on the bigger, badder, meaner villain.
Yeah, but he's not fighting a little boy. He's fighting Captain Hook.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But Gaston might perceive Captain Hook as a little boy, considering Captain Hook is pretty frail. So here's how I see it playing out.
Yeah.
I think they're both going to, be sword fighting. And I think that...
Which there's a better sword fighter here.
And that'd be Captain Hook. But then I think that Gaston has the bigger muscles. He's going to block the sword, knock it out of Hook's hand, punch Hook in the face. He'll do that thing in the Disney where his teeth slowly fall out like, tiles.
Right.
And then he's going to fall down and Gaston wins.
You know what, though? I mean, if let's say they ended up in the water, Captain Hook actually knows how to bounce on the water. He doesn't even have to swim. He can just bounce. I think Gaston would sink. I actually see this going because Captain Hook has a ship with cannons and cannonballs. I don't think Gaston would even get really close. In fact, Gaston, his only goal is to win a girl. He's the town hero.
And kill the beast, as you said in your opening song.
He does want to kill the beast because he sees it as a threat to his pride and to the town. I don't think he's all that bad.
So maybe he wants Tiger Lily, and Captain Hook has her.
Exactly. So Captain Hook could actually capture Tiger Lily as a trap so that Gaston would come. Captain Hook can talk and persuade the fairies, Tinkerbell and all of her friends. Mm-hmm. I think they would lift up Gaston from great heights. And how did he die?
I'm sensing a theme here, though.
He fell from great heights.
Getting all like the small people to come in and help.
That's the thing. I mean, you should use whatever's in your movie to help
and there was a question.
I mean, that's a pirate ship. That's a fairy. So he can speak the fairy language.
There was
soundbite.
You're like dead serious. He can speak the fairy language.
There was a question though by the listener. One of them wanted to know, what is the rules on backup and gangs? And
we never really set it up, but I think if you're a leader, like your gang is always with you, I think you could use them. I'm not putting these people in a Mortal Kombat ring to fight because then it's always Brawn. Brawn could win.
Brains can win.
Or
a hook shooting out of your hand. Get over here.
So, that would be awesome.
If Hook did that.
He uses the hook to grab him, get over here, and then he stabs him in the throat with the sword. I do think Hook would win based on smarts alone and fighting experience.
So Ken brings up, if Ken can bring his crew along of a ship,
sure, yeah.
I can bring the mob along with their flaming torches, and they're going to kill the Hook. And then they light the boat on fire, boat goes down.
How come they didn't light the furniture on fire? They got beat by furniture.
It was Disney.
This is Disney. You're right.
Yeah, but Disney's not going to put these two in a battle to the death. But he's going to have a whole mob.
I think
with
in
them.
the end, there's experience versus brawn, and I think Hook's going to take it, and I think the fairy's going to lift him up and drop him from great heights.
You say experience, I say age. Captain Hook.
Wow.
Remember when Dustin Hoffman?
You sound like Jake.
Remember when Dustin Hoffman's wig fell off? Not that that's Disney animated.
It's not Disney.
But that's how I kind of picture this one.
Okay, Jake, you're going to have to pick.
So I don't actually. I mean, when I imagine this fight, it's more like I do see Gaston and Captain Hook fighting with swords. And there's some fist play, and there's all of that.
If there's any fist play, Captain Hook's going down.
Right, like Gaston definitely.
Except for one of them
harder.
has a sharp hook as a fist.
So he puts a meat hook into Gaston's
shoulder. Into the temple of Gaston.
No.
Think about that. I mean, gruesome as it is.
Gaston grabs him in a bear hug.
You were deciding.
Gaston grabs him in a bear hug.
Now while you guys run.
Gaston, what we do.
Gaston grabs Hook in a bear hug and starts squeezing him. Hook tries to stab him and gets him in the shoulder, and then Gaston finishes him. End of Hook.
All right, here's how I see it going down. They're in a fight. Gaston doesn't have killer instinct, and Hook is just faster.
He wants to kill the beast.
He's faster with a sword. I think Hook takes this.
Okay.
Boo.
Well done.
In fact, I'm sure Hook takes this.
So am I.
Now I know why everyone's calling your judgment into question, Jacob.
Even though you won every round last time.
Not every round.
That's so frustrating.
I like how my judgment was still called into question even when you won, which he agreed with. It's like, I don't know about that decision, the one I agree with. I'm not sure that was the right decision.
All right, next round. We got to move on. This entire time.
Yes. We need to move.
All right, next round is Randall versus...
Randall from Monsters, Inc.
versus Cruella de Vil.
I love this round.
Cruella de Vil.
Because Randall is a very sneaky... toddler-sized lizard, as we decided.
Yes, he's got to be about the size of a toddler.
A toddler-sized lizard.
Well, he's as big as Boo.
And he's quick. But what does Cruella want more than anything?
Randall.
She wants Randall.
She wants the
cloak,
skin,
the cloak
boots.
of invisibility. And that's what she's going to get with Randall. because he can go invisible. And so she will stop at nothing in order to get Randall. Her song even says, if she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden chill. She's like a spider waiting for the kill.
Yeah.
I actually sold her short in the last show. We basically said she had a car. But she is the most, well, one of the most evil things in the form of just a regular
You know who
woman.
her song was written by, right?
Who?
Pongo's owner. I can't even remember his name because he's not even a character. No, it's
Oh.
the dad of the family.
Yes.
I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? But he just wrote that because he felt that about her. It's not stating fact.
She's the vampire bat, the inhuman beast.
These are all
She
his
ought to be
lyrics.
locked up and never released.
What is his name? George Bailey?
The world was such a wholesome
Bailey?
place until Cruella
what is his
DeVille.
name?
She's a schemer. She acts on impulse. And as by the Dalmatians, she is seen as invincible. Even if she's like running the car around, being crazy, whatever, she's seen as the devil woman because of her relentlessness. And you got to think about Randall. He's scary.
So, Ken, I'm getting the feeling that you're going with Cruella.
Oh, easily. Sorry.
Which is funny considering last show you said she doesn't do anything
He fought
of herself.
vigorously against
No, I
Cruella
actually
DeVille
think
last show.
I
She
go
doesn't
back.
do anything. She has Jasper and Horace do it. By the way, his name's Roger. That's the owner's name.
I think she should have beat Mother Gothel. Actually, going back.
No.
No, really.
I'm reversing my position because I was actually arguing for Cruella DeVille because I thought this will be a fun.
Well,
see
yeah,
if I
you
can
did
get
as
it.
a joke.
Yeah,
But
and
now
then
looking at this, she does not stop. And Randall,
she does stop. She got in a car accident and she's sitting there on the ground going, "You morons!"
she didn't get killed though. She would have just kept on going.
She goes to jail.
And by the way, how does Randall get beat in Monsters Inc.?
He doesn't. He gets trapped in another. He gets sent out to the snowman land.
No, Boo decides that she's not scared anymore. She stomps on him. They send him to another land, to the hillbilly town, and they think it's an alligator. And a couple hillbillies beat him with shovels. That's how he get beat, by a kid and a couple hillbillies. Cruella DeVille is running
neither
him
one of
down
those.
and taking his coat.
Cruella
because
is neither one of those.
It's the cloak of
So,
invincibility.
Joel, are you taking
or
her side then?
invisibility.
I'm taking the side of Randall because I feel like he's a fighter and she would be terrified of him. She can go up against
he was
cute
beat
little
by a
cuddly villains,
3-year-old.
but she couldn't even do in the puppies herself. She had to have Horace and Jasper do all the dirty work. All she wanted was the coat. She's a fashion designer. She's not a fighter. Yes, she has a motor car, but Randall also has sticky feet. He can crawl around, cover her eyes, cause her to crash, and he'd be fine.
I think the will to have invisibility is greater than anything Randall could do.
No.
So, I mean, if we were doing this based on time, Kenton took like 10 minutes and Joel had like half a minute.
Yeah. But also, mine was a condensed, well thought out argument, and his was rambling, so.
I'd say he had like 4 well thought out arguments.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, I
didn't feel the need to defend myself because I thought I did pretty well.
That's how I felt when I was doing against Hopper.
You're like,
Can you let that go?
No!
physics is a terrible argument,
All
Joel.
right, Jake, what's the verdict?
Okay, so here's the thing: is I don't even remember watching Monsters. It must have been pretty forgettable for me.
Yeah.
So I don't remember Randall. Like I'm having trouble.
He's the chameleon who could go invisible.
He was the sneaky kid who got bullied, and he decided he wanted to get back at Sully one day.
Oh my gosh!
And
Don't bring up Monsters University.
but that's canon.
I know,
Is
but
it not?
It's just not good canon.
He's a kid with glasses who basically his only goal was to be a president of a company.
Never trust anyone with glasses.
And he was
kids.
a lackey after all.
All right, so Joel, you're giving me the wiki details, right?
Randall. I can show you a picture of him. There he is, Randall Boggs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Toddler-sized lizard.
He can crawl on walls. He can go invisible. He's already thinking of destroying children.
He's thinking, but he never does. In fact, he's beat by a child with a baseball bat, and then hillbillies
Cruella
with
DeVille
shovels.
is beat by a couple puppies
She's beat by herself.
and a horse.
She's not beat by puppies.
She is.
She's only beat by
She gets
herself.
kicked around in the barn. Remember? Fire 1. Fire 2.
I think we're ready.
All right. Joel, I'm sorry. He's given too many good arguments.
Yeah.
Hey, apparently it's opposite day. Those are good arguments, Kent.
Thank you.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not.
Although in the canon of Disney villains, I do see Cruella as the better villain.
Yeah.
Because she wants to skin puppies.
That partly sways me as
but
well.
in a fart, no, in a fight to the death.
So tell me about this part to the death.
Honestly,
Oh man,
I do think, like, as we know, she doesn't really have powers, but the need to have his coat would overwhelm all.
I agree that she would want his coat, but I agree that he would be able to get away from her and defeat her.
A
But
kid beat. Yeah.
it's okay. It's already
Anyways.
done. Okay, it's done. It was a mistake, but it was done. Send your complaints.
If
to
there had been
Bacon-
better arguments,
to
I might have
Jacob at
gone for Randall,
Baconsale.com.
but I don't know him that well. This is partly the trouble. So okay, Clayton versus Syndrome.
Clayton from Tarzan versus Syndrome from Incredibles. So Clayton, as we know, is one of the best hunters ever, with one of the most gruesome villain deaths in a Disney movie ever.
It really is one of the worst deaths ever. I mean, he hangs himself by going after Tarzan and starts cutting the vines until there's just basically 2 around his neck. It's awful.
If you think about it, Syndrome's death isn't too much better.
No.
Because he gets his cape, is it, pulled into an airplane and gets blown up?
Yes.
So
That's an ad on the internet.
Yeah. So, I mean, he has power. Syndrome has powers in the sense of he has gadgetry, whereas Clayton, his power is being a hunter, and meaning that he's good at it and he has a gun.
He is good. He has but it's a double barrel shotgun versus like a wrist laser everything else.
I'm thinking it out in my head right now because I did not plan before. This is me kind of thinking it out right now. But what I think is Clayton, 1900s.
Yes.
Not really able to defend himself against technology. And I think he's going to be very intimidated by Syndrome. Syndrome's going to freeze him, get the upper hand, put him in a volcano. I say Clayton's down, Syndrome wins.
I agree.
Hey!
Yep.
Syndrome moving on.
I was hoping Kent would disagree, then I could have one for you, Joel. Because that was the better one.
Syndrome.
Yeah.
Voiced by Jason Lee.
You never know about Kent. I mean, he might have fought for Clayton until the end of time.
You never know about me.
I'm going to let him go
Is that a
first,
theme?
just so I can choose the other one, just to bug him.
All right, here's a big
I like
matchup.
that.
Ursula versus,
Ursula, the sea witch from Little Mermaid.
thank you, and Chernabog.
Chernabog from Fantasia.
So as we discussed last time, Ursula, I mean, if we're going throughout the course of Little Mermaid, she does get the trident. She becomes giant and quite terrifying. I mean,
She does, but in her giant state, is she probably as
she's
big
still very
as Chernabog?
soft, especially in the tummy area.
Yeah, she's little, yeah.
She's soft in the
And
tummy.
Chernabog is a giant demon. Some say the devil himself.
Well, he's essentially made out of rock. I mean, he's
is.
a mountain,
He is.
and it's against a giant fish woman.
Now, let's bring this up again. So it says Chernabog's power and abilities: unlimited power, power to corrupt, control over fire, super strength, endurance, stamina, raising the dead, and immortality.
Oh, yeah? Ursula has magic potions, size alteration, metamorphosis, the ability to turn merfolk into condemned polyps.
I
went to the doctor for that once. It was terrible.
condemned polyps?
Yes.
No. I'm going to go out on a limb here, though. I'm just reading this right now, and it says his enemies are the Virgin Mary and the villagers. And what can Ursula do? She can shapeshift. She could turn herself into the Virgin Mary and terrify Chernabog back into his mountain. Then Ursula, considering she knows Triton, could contact the other gods and possibly Vesuvius and blow up the mountain.
This sounds like a Joel or a Kent argument if I've ever heard one.
Right. I mean, it's a stretch.
I don't think Vesuvius is a god. But she has connections with Triton. And so she says this guy's kind of, she could talk to him, she could make a deal, and she could destroy the mountain in which Chernabog resides.
You mean, but he has giant claws. All he has to do is one swipe, and that soft belly of hers.
Except for the
It's just
fact that
wide
we
open.
never see him. He doesn't do anything except manipulate spirits in Fantasia.
Nuh-uh. I actually watched it last night.
All right.
He picks
You
up.
watched it last night?
I did.
Did you watch the whole thing or just that part?
No, I can't watch all of Fantasia.
Fall asleep.
But I watched all of Night on Bald Mountain, and he picks up those suffering in hell, and he picks them up, and they're all happy, and then he throws them into the river
They're
Styx.
all spirits, though.
But they're all. I mean,
They're all dead. He has no
there
power
are
over
spirits
the living.
and both things with bodies as well, because he summons ghosts into like to swirl around him.
You know what the villagers do?
But he's a mountain. Like, how could he not handle something that was actually living? Are you saying he's a ghost too?
Well, no, I'm saying that he's a demon. He has power over the spirit world and the underworld and things like that. But you know what the villagers do to get away from Chernabog? They close their windows. That's basically it. He doesn't have any power over them. He can scare them. But we've never seen him actually do anything with those powers. I think he could be intimidated. I think he could be tricked. I think he could be banished by the Greek gods that Ursula has connections with.
She has connections with Greek gods?
Triton. King Triton.
It's Poseidon is the Greek god.
No, look right
These
here.
are just people that live in like the
Poseidon is
Atlantic
Roman,
Sea.
isn't he?
Versus a demon who Walt Disney called Satan. This is Satan versus a sea witch, which is taken out by a broken old boat. He is a mountain with claws and horns and wings that could slash her up. And he has unlimited power.
What do you got, Joel?
Oh, Triton he's a Greek god. He's the son of Poseidon. So they're both Greek gods. So,
Okay.
there you go. But I think she has connections to Greek gods and therefore probably has connections to some Titans.
You're
Therefore,
right.
She could
Especially when he has immortality. You're right. That's a winning argument.
he could banish him. He could. Angel had immortality. They put him in a box at the bottom of the ocean and he was stuck there.
This is a mountain
Yeah.
hanging over the ocean.
Yeah, but that can't be a complete argument. It's like, well, he's a mountain, so he can't be destroyed.
No, that's true. I agree with that.
Yeah.
No,
But
and
that said, he's gigantic and he is pure evil. In fact, he doesn't even talk. I mean, it is Fantasia, but he gets glee from making people suffer.
Spirits.
And actually, especially after people die,
Spirits.
he makes their lives or their afterlives absolutely terrible.
I thought you were going to say living hell. That
He's-
would have been very
He's
appropriate.
based off of Satan in the Inferno, actually, because the devil is stuck and he'll just chew on those who are damned.
He only has power over those in his realm.
In his realm, he's on a mountain. There are villagers in his realm. What
And
are you
all they
talking
do
about?
is close their doors and go to bed. And then he plays with the spirits and makes them dance
because
around.
it's Fantasia.
Lets a ghost horse come out.
And it's a little spacey.
All right, you guys ready?
I think I know who's going to win. Over super strength.
He's defeated by the morning sunrise and the sound of sacred
He's not
bells.
defeated. He goes to sleep.
It says, no, this is on the Wikia. Defeated by the morning sunrise and the sound of sacred bells.
He just goes to sleep. His wings just close up, and he's like, I'll be back tomorrow night.
So a knockout is the same as a death?
You think it's going to go that long? It will go 30 seconds instead of all night.
No.
Jake, make your choice.
All right, if they're in a matchup, I think Ursula's going to trick him.
Yeah! She's going to turn to the Virgin Mary and make him go away.
She's crafty. She's crafty.
I thought Chernabog was going to the finals. I'm so happy about this.
All right. Next matchup.
People are going to be so mad.
I know.
Ratigan versus the Stabbington brothers.
So Ratigan from Great Mouse Detective, Stabbington Brothers, of course, coming off their wonderful victory against the horrible.
Actually, I think one of them
grasshopper.
died in that
One
story.
of them
No.
probably died.
No.
Yeah, I don't think they
No,
both
even-
lived.
Even you admitted that one of them died.
I saw the pic. I said even if he killed one of them, which he wouldn't. But you saw the picture; they were just covered in bug bites, and they had a squashed grasshopper.
Yeah, that's an official Baconsale picture?
That was put on our page. So Ratigan is a foppish rat. The Stabbington Brothers are brutal killers. Stabbington Brothers all the way.
Ratigan, I mean, we got to give him credit, right? He's Moriarty,
In fact, I'm about to give him credit.
He's smart for a rat.
so he's a rat. He's a very clever rat.
His titles are the Napoleon of crime, the world's greatest criminal mind. He's highly sadistic, evil, merciless, charismatic, calculating, and nasty. He has sharp fangs that when he gets mad, grow. His fangs and claws grow.
Up to 1 millimeter
Genius level IQ and great physical strength. And
for a rat.
he knows how to handle a gun, an axe, acid, and a crossbow, all seen in The Great Mouse Detective. And here's what Basil, who's basically Sherlock Holmes, he says. He's a genius, Dawson. A genius twisted for evil. The Napoleon of crime.
Of mice.
He's still, in this world, I would actually hate to see Ratigan in any world because he is a criminal mastermind versus two doofuses.
I've seen a couple rats in this world. They're not that bad.
Have you seen Ratigan? Oh,
Yeah.
Ratigan?
Yes. Oh, Ratigan.
In fact, okay, let's just move on to the fight. So Ratigan, in The Great Mouse Detective, he kidnaps Flaversham.
He falls off a clock.
He kidnaps Let me finish.
And then he falls
kidnaps
off a clock.
Flaversham to build a robot. And this is what he's going to do.
Is
he's
it
going to
an
have
evil
Flaversham.
robot?
It's the Queen of England, so that he can take over the entire country.
Yeah, it makes a little Tinker toy.
It's the Queen of England. He
So
tricks.
he's good with Tinker toys.
It says here, there's no evil scheme he would not concoct. All he needs to do, and let me go in here, dangers of rats. Rat urine causes leptospirus, which causes liver and kidney damage, also caused by handling the inhalation of scat, and liver failure and heart problems are caused.
Point of order.
Fleas
I
from
believe,
rat bites.
the Stabbington Brothers drink so much, I think their livers aren't going to get any worse. So
It's funny, though, that the
probably
Stabbington
true.
Brothers is basically medieval times. Let's say Tangled is. And what was during the medieval times? Oh, the Black Plague caused by fleas coming from rats.
So you're saying, okay, is your argument that he has good intellect or that he scats everywhere and causes disease?
Hanta is caused by inhaling dust, direct contact with feces, and the bite of a rat. And rat bite fever. A rat bite fever. That's all it would
Rat
take.
fever.
Is caused through a bite or scratch, and it causes vomiting, headache, and rash. So here's what I think would happen.
Vomiting.
All he needs to do is run up, scratch them, or bite them.
And they stab him and
Listen, please listen. They'll both...
I've been listening for the last half hour. Has he not been talking the entire time?
Like 3 minutes, because you keep cutting me off.
I keep needing to get a word in because you do 3-minute arguments. I do 30-second arguments.
All right, he'll end in a second. I want to hear yours, Joel.
Okay, so all he needs to do is run up, bite them or scratch them, and hide. They'll start vomiting. They'll pass out. When they wake up, just like Basil did, and Basil's much smarter than the Stabbingtons,
For a rat.
he will have crossbows. He'll have guns. This is what he set up. These are human-sized guns and crossbows and acid, and they'll be dead immediately.
You have to be on acid if you believe he's going to win.
Do you not? Is he not a smart villain?
Oh, he's
Joel?
a smart villain. for a rat.
I think you're not being creative enough, honestly. Like, you're like, they're bigger, so they should win. I'm like, this is one of the smartest.
Rats create hantavirus, therefore they should win.
Do they not?
They do. Also, the Stabbing brothers are bigger. If you're going to go with simple arguments.
Ratigan combined with that, I think it's an easy win. These are the Stabbingtons, once again, lackeys, who got knocked out by a branch. I'm done.
Okay. I think he's done.
Okay, so I have 10 seconds left in my argument because they took up the entire time. Okay, so Ratigan, he basically, I mean, the guy, he's a schemer for a rat, and he only deals with rats. He's never really kind of fought a human before, and he died in his movie. You know what the Stabbington brothers did? They got arrested.
They credit a wedding. That is so... those evil guys.
Yeah.
They credit a wedding when they were arrested.
Wait, didn't you say, though, that Ratigan was making a human-sized Queen of England? So they
there are no humans.
Queen.
There are no humans in Great Mouse Detective.
So he'll be caught completely off guard.
As Joel would like to say, the anthropomorphized animals. Because this is Animal Kingdom, Animal British Kingdom.
Okay.
Is Kent done talking yet?
Yeah, give me some more arguments, Joel.
Talking. I'm basically done with this argument. Just pick who you want because I'm done with it.
They're bigger.
Joel, how's it going to go down?
He's a rat. They will squish him. Maybe they'll get hantavirus after, but they'll squish him.
Rats are great at hiding, too. All he has to do is wait him out with the Black Plague and the hantavirus.
I don't even want to argue this point again. Jacob, just pick someone so Kent will shut up.
It's not like I'm going to take him to the finals.
He's still talking.
Well, here's the thing, right? As I would have gone Stabbington brothers pretty easily. What I need is more information on this genius level intellect, because if he is clever, he does get other people involved. Maybe he could basically poison him.
It's Sherlock.
You know what?
Moriarty.
Ratigan wins. I agree. Ratigan wins.
Okay. Thank you, Joel.
Done.
That's all I wanted.
That is not on me.
It is, because you're sitting there like, well, I don't know.
I wanted more arguments from you.
Let's see here.
What I needed is a response to what Kent is saying would happen.
Kent read a novel about a stupid fight. I'm not going to waste time on this battle because it was too easy.
That's true. It's not like they'll be dead in the next round, no matter
I don't
which
know.
one it
Apparently,
is.
hantavirus can kill a lot of people.
It can.
All right, next round. Maleficent is up against Governor Ratcliffe.
So, Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty versus Governor Ratcliffe from Pocahontas.
Basically, a creepy dude versus Maleficent.
A sorceress. So, Governor...
her powers and abilities are powerful magic, teleportation via magical means, hypnosis, cure inducement, visions, and metamorphosis.
And his power and abilities are his intellect, his physical strength, his swordsmanship, his rifle aim, and his ability to lie.
Wow, that is impressive. The ability to lie. All right, you guys going to just go ahead on this? So
it's Maleficent.
It's Maleficent.
Yeah. That's an easy one.
All right. Next one. Another easy one. Hades versus Amos Slade.
Amos Slade, who was almost taken out by a cat sleeping on his chest, by the way.
No, that never was going to happen.
It almost happened.
No, obviously.
It almost happened.
Right?
It's got to be Underworld versus a farmer.
Amos Slade almost got SIDS and died against Hades.
It's Hades.
All right, next one. Headless Horseman.
Right.
See, this is why we have time to fight about Ratigan. It's because the next one.
Fight about Ratigan.
You just don't want another Hopper.
No, honestly,
everyone wants another Hopper.
The thing is, I don't think the Stabbington brothers are that good of villains. But they would win in a fight with the rat. But apparently, I'm not going to win that argument, so I'm just going to let it pass.
You're right. They would win in a fight against a rat, but not
still talking. He's still talking.
I'll never stop. Never stop.
Never stopping.
I'm sorry.
Headless Horseman versus
nice Samara reference.
Yeah. Madame Medusa.
Oh, okay. So
which was Madame Mim?
I had actually thought for a second. So Headless Horseman from The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and Madame Medusa from The Rescuers.
Yes,
who she has a shotgun and alligators.
Alligators are cool.
A shotgun might knock the Headless Horseman off of his horse.
I do think that having a steamboat and living on a steamboat prevents the Headless Horseman from getting anywhere near her. But it's so old and wooden that if he throws a burning pumpkin, the whole thing lights on fire and she dies.
She may leave the boat also to get that diamond
with her James Bond car that floats on the water.
Exactly. That little hovercraft car thing that could go on there. But
yes,
no, it's Headless Horseman.
It's Headless Horseman. Yeah,
okay.
Yes, it's easy. Guys. I'm not going to try to cause a stir.
All right, that means we're to the Elite Eight.
Oh wow, that was the round.
Yep. That's first round.
And it didn't even take us an hour.
No.
You're welcome, everyone.
How long did that take?
You can thank Joel, honestly.
Oh, I wasn't about to go on longer than that. Okay. Yeah, that only took half an hour, so we're doing pretty good.
We got some interesting matchups now, so I'm good.
The big ones.
All right.
So we're in the Elite Eight or the Final Four?
Elite Eight.
Okay, Elite Eight.
So we've got Captain Hook versus Cruella de Vil. This is the first matchup.
I don't even know where I stand on this one.
Captain Hook. I'm sorry, but Cruella de Vil still has no powers. And Captain Hook does not have any sort of skin that she wants to wear. Captain Hook is more skilled. I think Captain Hook's going to take her.
But she has an auto car.
She has a motor car.
Motor car, that's what you said.
She has a motor car, but as you said, he has a ship with cannons, and the motor car's not getting anywhere near it. Kaboom, Cruella goes bye-bye.
Agreed. That one's way easy.
Oh, man, all this are green.
I know. See, that's the problem. Like, we're going to get to other than Ursula beating Chernabog, which I thought came out of nowhere.
She can change shape. She's
It was a
deceived
good
lot of people.
argument. It was a really good argument.
She could probably turn into the Virgin Mary and tell him to go back to his realm, and he would go.
I think the only way she can turn into someone is if she tricks them. So does Ursula trick the Virgin Mary?
No, I mean, she could take a form. Honestly.
And take something from her?
Yeah, she just impersonates her. That's all she does.
Is that canon that she can actually just turn into whatever she wants?
I don't know what her shape-shifting abilities are, but I'm pretty sure even if she turned into that dark-haired version of Ariel,
yes,
she just puts on a little outfit, she could probably pass for the Virgin Mary.
She's single white lady.
It feels like blasphemy. It feels like ocean blasphemy.
Ocean blasphemy, yes. Which is different from land blasphemy.
Yes, it definitely is. It's actually 70% worse because there's more ocean. Anyways.
Yikes. All right. All right, next round is Syndrome.
Syndrome from Incredibles.
Versus Ursula.
Ursula, the sea witch from Little Mermaid.
I really would I'm excited to see what's coming, honestly.
Oh, man. This is going to be hard. So
if Ursula can beat Chernabog.
Because she could deceive him. Syndrome has intellect that Chernabog doesn't.
Right, but Syndrome was also beaten by a young family.
Superheroes?
Kids that were just learning their powers. Isn't Ursula at this point a superhero?
Yeah, she probably is.
I mean, metamorphosis is a superpower.
Here's how I see this playing out.
Yes.
I see this as Syndrome because he worshipped the supers. Mm-hmm. He wanted to be like them. What do you think he's going to ask Ursula for? He's going to say, you know what? I want superpowers. I want them for real.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, okay, I can arrange that. What I need from you is your voice. Or I don't know what
she can ask for his voice.
No,
Jason Lee's voice is really not strange.
Hey, if I had the power of Jason Lee's voice,
awesome hair.
My name is Earl. No, but I think that that Syndrome, his vanity is going to get the best of him. He's going to enter into an agreement. She's going to figure out the perfect way to mess him over, and Ursula's going to get the upper hand and turn him into one of those little seaweed creatures.
Yeah. It's either that or there's a final fight where he gets his powers back or he becomes normal. And even then, she just throws some water on him and it affects all his technology. He falls in the water, sharks eat him up.
Oh my gosh, you guys agreeing again?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we have to at this point. There's been so much rage for the past 2 episodes. This one.
No, there's going to be rage. Right now, I can already hear people yelling at their radios being like, how could Chernabog be taken away?
Internally, that's me right now.
To you, I say, watch all of Fantasia. Not just Bald Mountain, not just the Wizard's Apprentice. Watch all of Fantasia and tell me you don't want that thing to go away.
I actually think it's a great part.
No, that's a great part, but I'm just saying it's part of
You want Fantasia to go away?
Fantasia's not great.
It's not great.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
But I do love Night on Bald Mountain.
It's fantastic.
That's great.
And I think he's the worst, but he's not. He's like third round, maybe. Tops.
All right.
Got taken out by a hopper.
The question is, can Ratigan take on Maleficent? Can he outsmart Maleficent?
No.
I think Joel's going to go yes on this eventually.
No.
Let's have some fun with this. Will you take the side of Ratigan and I'll take the side of Maleficent?
No, I'm saying
have some fun with this.
He's never going to do that.
I want to save my firepower.
Just for kicks.
No, I want to save my firepower.
You know she's still going to win.
Fights that matter, because the truth is, Maleficent. I mean, she has a crow that could take out Ratigan. So
that depends.
There you
is
go,
the crow in this one, because there was another Disney Maleficent made, and the crow is the one that becomes the dragon.
Remember, we're only going with live action or animated Disney villains.
Disney. That's Disney's fault to ruin that partially.
Animated
Maleficent has kind of been spayed in a way, and her powers have been taken away because she cares for kids.
Spayed.
I'm not going to say neutered.
I know. No, this is a pretty easy fight because she has all of her demons. She has the crow. Even they could take her minions could take him out. If Ratigan actually gets to her, she'd basically squash him with her staff, stab him with her horns, or just turn him into something else.
She doesn't ram people with her horns. What's with you and like spearing people all the time?
That's true. That's come up a lot.
I really just wanted to see you fight for this one. I totally think Maleficent would win.
Of course she's going to win.
All right.
And then she's going to curse Ratigan's firstborn.
Most likely.
Yeah, so that's the thing, though. What is her deal? She doesn't get invited to a party, and she curses a baby.
I like not knowing.
That there's some complicated thing going on with the spindle.
I hated that Maleficent. The live-action Disney movie, ruined that. I loved the mystery of, like, what is her deal?
Yes.
And then they turn it into, she was wronged by King Stefan. And I'm like, no.
Really wronged.
No.
Like date wronged.
Yeah. Family friendly. Family friendly.
Oh, dear. All right, let's go to the next matchup. This one will take some debate. Thank Kevin. Hades versus the Headless Horseman.
Ooh, now that's a good battle. So Hades from Hercules and the Headless Horseman from Ichabod Crane. Well, Legends of Sleepy Hollow. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So this is going to be a battle. And I think it's a battle because it's two immortal beings up against each other.
Right.
Ken, which way are you going on this?
You just want me to tell you?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Hades, simply because he's the Lord of the dead. If we're going the fact that the Headless Horseman is the ghost and not Brom Bones, he's dead.
That's a good argument.
We all know about Hades. He's pretty fantastic. He likes to torture creatures down there. Yes, he has a couple dumb lackeys, which he sends to do tasks for him. But this would be Hades in his fire versus the Headless Horseman with a pumpkin that's kind of sparkling. And I think it'd be Hades.
Well, see, the Headless Horseman, Hades isn't necessarily a bad guy. He's Lord of the Underworld. He's kind of got the raw deal. But Headless Horseman, he's out for blood. He wants another head. And what better head to have on top of his head than the flaming head of Hades itself?
It always goes to heads.
That was a great
Same thing
quote.
with Sean Yu.
No, but he wants that. He wants that. And Hades is probably going to get his head chopped off by the Headless Horseman. A ghost sword against an immortal being, I think that's going to be a good match.
The Lord of the Dead versus a ghost that shows up one time a year that throws pumpkins at skinny guys. That's what we're talking about. In fact, I like how you talk about heads because one of Hades' weapons is a helmet which renders him invisible.
And the Disney cartoon?
Yeah, it says it right here on the wiki.
I don't remember that in the movie. I don't remember that video.
And his powers and abilities are immortality, summoning of creatures. Remember, he has the Cerberus down there. I mean, there is no way that this guy in an old colonial jacket and a horse is going to get past any of these beasts.
Can I just bring up something right now?
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to have to change my vote because here's how I see it playing out.
Okay.
Headless Horseman riding after Hades. Hades summons the Hydra. You guys know what the Hydra is?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the three-headed snake creature.
Well, it's a snake creature that when you cut off its head,
grows more.
It grows three more.
Two more.
Two more. That's right. 2 more heads after they cut it off. What's Headless Horseman good at? Chop, chop, chop.
Also,
it's going to multiply to
Headless Horseman has a burning pumpkin. What is Hades the master of?
Burning pumpkins.
Fire. Oh, he'd go poof.
You were close, Joel.
Burning pumpkins. Smashing pumpkins, actually.
Today is the greatest.
So he'd go poof. It's just a pumpkin that he throws at Hades. Hades gets a little bugged.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Get out of here.
I like the Hydra thing. I'm gonna give this one to Hades.
Yeah, it's Hades all the way.
All right, Hades it is. All right, final 4, gentlemen.
Final 4?
Let's stop now. Let's do an episode 4.
No. All right. Hook made it a long ways.
Yeah, he did. I'm proud of him.
He's a great Disney villain.
Yeah. Well, so's Cruella, but,
Cruella's great, but Hook is definitely more.
Yeah, Hook actually has some.
He's more ready for
teeth to him.
fighting. Yeah.
All right. So the first matchup
Captain Hook
is Captain Hook
versus
Ursula.
Oh, this is great.
Okay.
We did not plan this, everyone. The Sea Witch versus the Sea Captain.
I didn't even think about that.
Isn't that awesome?
That's pretty cool. So, okay. Man, this is going to be tough. Here's how I see it playing out. Just thinking in my head. So, Captain Hook, he's going to get mad at Ursula for I don't know what reason, but they're going to fight. Ursula's going to go into the ocean. Captain Hook says, "Away, man, let's all go." And they all go in the boat. And then they get in the boat, and all of a sudden, a la Pirates of the Caribbean, the Kraken, which is Ursula, envelops the ship.
She kind of is the
giant
Kraken, isn't she?
She kind of is.
Yeah.
She does the whirlwind. She grows up really big, gets the tentacles, and crushes the ship with Captain Hook and his entire crew on it. This one goes to Ursula.
So his goal is to be the ruler of the 7 seas, and I think Ursula would get in his way.
Doesn't his ship, does it fly?
It has flown.
Does his ship fly, or is that just... Oh,
No, the Jolly Roger.
It flies with the pixie dust, though.
Yes.
And happy thoughts.
His happy thought, though, is to be the ruler of the 7 seas. And in order to do that, he probably needs to get rid of Triton. But He needs to get rid of Ursula, who has the trident and is all powerful and become the giant kraken.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to fight for someone I don't really care for right now.
You going to fight for Hopper?
No, I want Hopper to be this far.
Oh, God.
Actually, one of his dislikes actually is octopuses, and I mean, there
What?
you have it. Has it right here. Dislikes crocodiles and octopuses.
Are you kidding me?
And I've never seen that in a movie, but it says it on the wiki.
That anywhere.
A little weird, right?
That is a little weird. Ursula's dislikes starvation. Anything to do with King Triton.
Starvation?
That's
Because she's squishy in the tummy? Is that what you say?
She's squishy on the
I
tummy.
didn't say it. It's just what's here. Starvation, anything to do with King Triton, people forgetting her birthday, being second best, failed spells, and Sebastian. Failed spells and Sebastian.
People forgetting their birthday.
Yeah.
See, and Captain Hook dislikes alarm clocks, obviously, and incompetence and oysters. I don't know why he dislikes oysters and octopuses so much.
I think he just doesn't like the sea.
Right.
Why is he a sea captain?
So are you guys agreeing on this one?
Oh, I actually want to make a funny argument before I agree with
All
Joel.
right, let's go for it.
I don't know. Basically, yeah, the ship would probably fly. I actually think if they fought, it would be a fight to the death because he has a perfectly capable ship with the Jolly Roger. It would eventually stab into her gut because I think his cannonballs would bounce right off her tummy. They'd be like, boom, boom, boom.
Hey!
He'd crash into her with the mast or whatever that thing is called.
Yeah, I mean, there's some precedent for that.
Yeah, he'd stab into her, and she would crush his ship as it was going. She would be really scarred, but she would be the one to survive.
All right.
So she wins.
So we agree.
Yes.
Sorry, Captain Hook.
I think it would actually be
crook, Captain Hook.
I think it would be a great match, though.
It would be. That'd be a good match. I kind of like that. The idea of the sea captain versus the sea witch.
Yes.
Man, we should write a movie.
I love pitch ideas.
We can film this one.
Here, Disney, straight to DVD. We'll take anything.
It's Pixar now. Pixar does that.
Oh, they do. Right.
Yes.
Next matchup, Maleficent versus Hades.
Already?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I thought that was going to be the finals.
No, they're on the same side of the bracket.
I know. Oh, that's bad. Because
Yeah, I'm looking up Maleficent. You look up Hades real quick.
Yep, just look
I mean,
them
I
up
know
here.
we've gone over them a few times.
But just to have their powers and abilities. in
She's
front of
known
us.
as the mistress of all evil. She can turn into a dragon.
I thought you only called me that.
You're the mistress of all evil. That's kind of great. Her likes her ultimate power, causing chaos, ruin, sorrow, and despair. Her powers and abilities, once again, are powerful magic, teleportation. She, like I said, she can do hypnosis, curses, object conjurations, and metamorphosis.
I have something I'd like to bring up, but maybe I better wait until I actually give it the
Yeah,
abilities.
go with the abilities.
The abilities, immortality, teleportation, magic, summoning of creatures, control of fire, and smoke. So I just want to bring this up because this is something I found during my research, and it's something I've been waiting to bring up.
Okay.
Because I thought this was going to be the
This whole time or just in the past few days?
before the last show.
Okay.
I just want to read this. This is from House of Mouse.
Okay.
Which is,
No, are we using House of Mouse?
I just want to bring this up. 'cause
All the villains have been ruined
this
in that.
Is interesting. So,
Okay.
oh, actually, yeah. Even Chernabog is in House of Mouse. And
Yes.
he's afraid of the dark on one episode, which I thought was funny. Anyway, Hades makes many appearances in the animated series House of Mouse. Hades has several notable appearances on the series. In one episode, Halloween with Hades, Hades had a crush on Maleficent. His first attempt to woo Maleficent fails, so he goes to Mickey Mouse for advice. Mickey tells Hades to try to be nice, but this fails too. Hades attempts to take his anger out on Mickey until Maleficent discovers how cruel he is towards Mickey and decides to date him. So I'm going to say that Maleficent, in this realm, if Hades has a crush on Maleficent, Maleficent does have the upper hand. And she's going to destroy Hades.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
This
That
is
makes
not the argument.
so much sense.
I was expecting
This thing, I am woman, hear me roar.
Because you know what she's going to do? She's going to lull him into that false sense of security and be like, come here, my pet. And then he's going to get near her, and then she's going to turn to the dragon and bite
Because
him off.
Hades, as we know, he can be a little bit awkward. He just keeps talking, much like me,
Right.
just to find a point
Hey,
eventually.
Lord of the Hades. Lord of the Hades. Lord of the
Lord of the Hades. Lord of myself.
Also, Hades is hot-tempered.
Yes.
Maleficent is cool and collected. And I truly believe...
I mean, her motives are a bit strange, once again.
They are. We don't really know them, but
Right.
they're weird. But I truly believe that cool and collected will beat hot-tempered 90% of the time.
So do you think she takes over as Lord of the Underworld?
I think she would. I really think she would.
So you even think she in her dragon form
Mm-hmm.
can take on the Hydra, could take on...
I think
Cerberus.
I think he's not going to summon any of his creatures because he's going to have his guard down. And I don't even think she needs to turn into a dragon. She could just use a spell and turn him into a pig or something like that. You're all pigs.
Can't argue with this.
I am fully on board. I just wanted to hear more about it.
Maleficent
How did this
just took
happen?
out
How did
Hades.
this
I had
happen?
Hades
This is
going to the
strange.
finals originally.
I thought he was. I honestly thought it was going to be Hades versus Chernabog.
Hold on. People are flipping out right now that you
Yeah.
used House of Mouse in
the
order
argument
to
correct.
win. But it was in there.
It's in the Disney Wiki. Anything in the Disney Wiki is fair game.
By the way, fun fact: Jafar also tried to woo her when
Really?
they sat together in
Man.
House of Mouse.
Well, that was-
but he only ended up getting burnt. So
Literally?
no, it says literally.
Oh, really?
He ended up getting burnt.
I think I need to watch House of Mouse.
No, you don't. Well, apparently he decides. Our
This
brackets.
came up a lot.
It's the Disney Wiki. It gives me so much
I
information.
like how we read things off here, and it's like that happened. I don't know. It's here on the internet.
It's, yep, internet. It must be true.
Well, you guys know what we're to now?
Final four?
Nope.
Or the finals.
The finals. The
who's
finals
it
have
gonna be?
arrived.
You know who it is?
Wait, is it Ursula versus Maleficent?
Ursula versus Maleficent. So I'm going to look up
Spoiler
Ursula
alert.
real quick.
Oh, Jacob, you want to say it? Make it official?
No. We're good. Okay. All right. Maleficent versus Ursula. All right. We have taken out Chernabog.
Yes.
We've taken out Hades.
Yep.
We have taken out the Evil Queen.
Yes. Well, she went out real early. Who did she go out against?
She went out against Maleficent. No, she went out against Dr. Facilier.
Yeah, I'm still mad about that. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Okay, so I'm going to play this one through my head.
And Lucifer the Cat's gone.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. We've seen a lot of villains fall, and I feel like in my gut, it's got to be Maleficent. It's got to be Maleficent because she not only has all those minions and demons with her, which Ursula just has flotsam and jetsam, really, but she also has the ability to metamorphosis, much like Ursula, but her metamorphosis isn't just a big version of herself. It's a dragon. And a dragon and fire would burn up and dry up Ursula. I'm going to give this one to Maleficent for the ultimate win.
I kind of love it,
But
but I disagree.
I figured.
In the House of Mouse,
I think Hopper, Hopper should have won.
there really is a House of Mouse page for Ursula as well,
no.
but I'm not going to go into it.
Oh, no.
I love Maleficent versus Ursula. Girl power, evil girl power reigns in this Disney villain bracket. I do think Ursula has the upper hand because though you say she only has flotsam and jetsam, if we're going to use lackeys, she eventually becomes Lord of the Ocean, as Triton was. I don't think she needs that. Honestly, all she needs is her trident. That thing is sharp, and the way that the dragon was beat in Sleeping Beauty was that the fairy sprinkled dust onto the sword of Prince Philip.
Right.
He threw it into the gut, and she died.
You honestly think the fairies are going to side with Ursula?
Yes, in order to take down
Trident
Maleficent.
of truth, fly swift and sure,
It's
that evil
essentially-
die and good endure.
Maleficent is an evil fairy, yet still a fairy. Ursula is a giant sea witch with a sharp
Is she-
trident. If it becomes
Point of order, is
sure.
she an evil fairy in the cartoon?
Yes, she's considered a fairy.
I don't remember her being called that once.
She is. It's right here in the wiki.
That's probably because of the stupid movie.
It's because I just changed the wiki right
Yeah,
before
I
we
thought
started the show. But she's a fairy.
So-
she turns into a dragon, but the dragon is still like this big compared to Ursula that is this big with a very sharp trident.
But you also forget, Kent.
Right in the gut.
You forget, Kent, that she has the ability of teleportation. She spins her staff around kind of like a helicopter blade, and she's able to teleport places. She could get out of the way of a trident without any sort of issue. Projectiles, no harm to Maleficent.
She didn't get out of the way of a sword.
She was distracted at
A
that
toothpick
point.
to the size of Maleficent when she was
It was
dragging
the
to kill
sword
her.
of truth, and it flow swift and sure that evil die and good endure.
I think she's going to get Merryweather.
That was Prince Philip with good on his side. You know what Ursula has on her side? Flotsam and jetsam.
She probably made a deal with the fairies that she would protect the land as long as they put a little spell on the trident. I think she stabs it right in the gut of the dragon Maleficent and takes her down.
Or Maleficent has the power of hypnosis. If you recall, she made Sleeping Beauty prick herself on the spindle of a spinning wheel. So here's how it goes down.
Okay.
Maleficent puts a spell on Ursula and has her prick herself on the bow of a ship.
Wouldn't it be karma then that if you prick your finger on the spindle, that Maleficent also gets the same end by a giant trident? That's just
No.
karma. That's Disney karma. In fact,
not Disney karma.
In the House of Mouse, that's exactly what happened. Jake, I think you should make your decision. It's not. I'm just kidding.
I just want to
what am I reading here in Mouse and Mouth? Oh, Maleficent is susceptible to
Singing
sea
and
witches.
dancing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Deep, jazzy voices.
So deep.
Can we just go through powers and abilities? Just
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Compared one to the other. So I'll read Maleficent's here. Powers and abilities of Maleficent. Powerful magic, teleportation via magical means, hypnosis, curse inducement, and produce visions, object conjuration, and metamorphosis.
Magic potions, size alteration, metamorphosis, the ability to turn merfolk into condemned polyps. And she also has, quite a few.
That's the end of it.
No, I'm just saying, things she has.
I just wanted a 1-to-1. So that's the powers and abilities, just laying those out.
I'm just saying, though, this...
Well, they're very similar sounding.
This is a good matchup.
This is a great matchup.
This is a good matchup, but I feel between her teleportation, her ability to hypnotize, and her ability to turn into a fire-breathing dragon, green fire. We all know green fire is pretty powerful, right?
We all know that water puts out fire.
Game of Thrones?
Oh, you haven't seen one part yet.
I haven't, but that green fire that have the dragon fire, that spreads across the water. And I think that's kind of
is this now Game of Thrones? Is now Disney canon?
Yes.
Can we say that? I don't think they want to agree with that.
I thought of it because of the in the few parts I saw of Game of Thrones on Claire Play, I saw the green fire, and I thought about it when I thought of Maleficent and breathing her green fire. It's probably dragon fire, same type of thing.
It's probably not, considering Game of Thrones is a different universe. Water puts out fire.
I'm pretty sure Little Mermaid is a different universe from Sleeping Beauty too.
No, we can tie them together if you want. Theory, there's a lot of theories out there.
There are. This is the matchup, though.
So how does she actually beat Ursula then?
Well, okay, I already said she blew fire on her. I already said that she
gives her a sunburn.
She hypnotizes her. No, because she's a water creature. She's going to dry out so quickly if she gets fire on her.
Well, she's underwater though, right? So it's kind of hard to reach her with.
I kind of picture on top of the water almost in a way.
She can't fight Maleficent from underwater because what's she going to do? If she fires anything, we all know trajectory in bullets severely decreases underwater. Any projectiles is going to be even worse. So she has to come out of the water to fight Maleficent. And there are a number of ways in which Maleficent can kill Ursula, either by hypnosis or by fire.
So because bullets don't work in the water, you can't fight in the water or use the water at all?
No, I'm saying if she's underwater.
She's the lord of the sea.
I'm not against you.
Okay.
I'm saying, Jacob was saying she's underwater. I'm like, no, she has to be out of the water to fight Maleficent.
Okay.
Like at least halfway, like you said.
That's what I kind of picture.
Yeah,
like
I kind of picture Maleficent coming to the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Ursula's either like on a beach or kind of on the surface.
But honestly, I've given at least 3 ways that Maleficent can kill Ursula. You've given one, the trident.
I like how you try to ruin my whole argument by saying that you've given more ideas, whereas I've given the valid one. And
I've given 3 valid ones.
I think we're going to find out that the end of this fight will go just as the beginning of the live-action Maleficent went, where she'll be crying on the side of the shore.
We're not talking about
she'll
the
be crying there.
action.
Hopefully getting revenge sometime
Your
in the
Honor,
future.
strike that from the record. It's a live-action reference.
But we're using House of Mouse?
It's animated. It's Disney animated.
It's not Disney.
Canon.
Live-action animated films.
No, it's Disney villain, animated Disney villains.
But I think there's karma working on Ursula's side with the sharp point. And I think if there's ocean is anyway involved, fire will do
Sharp
nothing.
Point took out both of them.
It's true. But does Maleficent have a sharp point? She does not.
She does.
Well, Ursula does have
talons.
She's a
teeth.
kraken, though. So kraken versus dragon.
Well, she was a kraken in that battle. I don't think she's a kraken all the time.
All right, I think we need a drum roll. I think we've both given our arguments.
We have given our arguments.
We both insulted each other a little bit.
We both agree that Maleficent will win. So let's go with this. This is the end. This is the end of the Disney Disney Tournament of Villains ending. Jacob's going to make a decision.
All right, I don't really want this person to win, but I think they did. Ursula takes this.
Come back, dude. It's better than Hopper. So, Jake, if people want to find you, it's better than Hopper, is it not?
Yeah, but that is not
surprise
a
twist. It's Hopper fighting Ursula. No. Here, okay. So look. Right. So I have to defend my judgment a little bit here, right?
That is so wrong, Jacob. There's no way. There's no way she didn't.
Ken brings up the fact she's a fairy that's turned evil, right? She's at the edge of the ocean.
She's a magical being.
She's a magical being, and she can turn into a dragon. It's totally useless at the ocean.
And use hypnosis. What do you mean useless at the ocean? She can fly around.
Ursula
is attached to the sea.
No, listen, all Ursula has to do is go down, and she's safe. Until it's
for how long?
As long as she wants. She's in the ocean. It's her realm.
So Joel, you're arguing against me.
She's not winning. She's running away. She doesn't defeat Maleficent.
Joel, I'm right here.
No,
we already
apparently
had
I'm
this-
arguing against him
we
because he
already-
made a dumb decision
He
again.
just wants to give us points. Let the listener decide as they may. We had this fight.
You were not going to argue for Ursula. You know this is a Joker or a Cruella de Vil type situation.
This is not actually.
Where you argued the counterpoint.
I love that this was the final because I didn't know at the start of this round where it would go.
Maleficent is a more powerful being, and you know that.
How?
She can hypnotize people. She can teleport. She can change into different things. She can cast spells.
Ursula can change into the Virgin
octopus.
Mary, apparently.
But she can change. She can change shape into different people. But
Oh,
she's
she
still
can change
Ursula.
into somebody else. Yeah.
No,
But
And she
Jacob,
has all
would
the
you please
magic.
continue, oh wise, kind judge?
I completely disagree with this, and Jacob's a moron.
Oh, wow.
That's mean. Jeez, you would have loved him had it gone the other way.
That's true.
but it didn't. No, I mean, Maleficent,
Have
obviously.
you seen either one of these movies, by the way, Jacob?
I have seen both.
Okay, just making sure.
We're talking about the live action one, right?
So mean.
Such a bad decision.
No, I've definitely seen both of them. And no, Ursula is, I don't know. She would win.
She's the sea witch. She has power in the sea.
Yeah, and that actually makes her worse and scarier and harder to kill.
That's 70% of the
Don't
planet.
even.
It's basically my argument for Aquaman all of the time.
Can't go to her home and kill her. You know, like that. She's hard to kill, and she's a giant kraken.
So she runs away. She doesn't defeat Maleficent.
No, she can.
So
though.
let's say she goes onto Maleficent's territory.
Joel,
Let's say she goes there.
Joel,
on the
you want to
land.
hear the scenario?
Yeah.
All right, here's the scenario. Maleficent comes to the beach or like the surface of the ocean, like
And then
we
Maleficent
described.
goes back on the land, and Ursula can't touch her. Oh,
Ursula can come out.
Tsunami, Lord of the Ocean. Easy.
Maleficent flies up as a dragon.
Listen,
doesn't get hurt.
Dragon comes close to the ocean, trying to breathe fire on Ursula. Ursula wraps tentacles around the dragon, pulls it into the ocean.
How is she going to reach up that high?
Okay.
Because the dragon is getting close, trying to
If
breathe
you want
fire
to find me
on
on Twitter and Instagram,
No, really, this is the scenario. I imagine.
Let Jacob and Kent know how wrong they are, please, because they do not realize it.
so what's great is that we've been working alongside the Park Hoppers podcast. They're going to announce someone that's winning a T-shirt based on the winner they chose. I don't know if anyone chose Ursula
Because it's a bad decision.
and I love this all the way.
This is dumb.
I actually think most people would probably choose Hades.
Hades would have been my choice.
Hades should have gone farther, but he just didn't work
He
out.
didn't. He tried to woo Maleficent.
Yeah. Hades would have been my choice if I looked at it from before.
But I hope
ridiculous.
someone chose Ursula because if you did and you're the one person, you just won yourself a T-shirt.
Jacob probably picked him. That's why he let her win.
I'll get my T-shirt now.
Look, I'm just a little bit happy that I got some wins on this one.
It's ridiculous.
Listen, Joel.
It's poor judgment
Maleficent
is what it
comes
is.
right to the top of the ocean, breathing
Why would
fire.
she come to the top of the ocean if she knows she's in danger? If she knows the ocean
She
is
doesn't.
bad?
She doesn't know she's in danger. She's all like, "Oh, I'm tough." and
She's like super
breathing
confident.
fire.
Like you said, she is just cool and collected.
Yeah, she is very confident. Very confident. And Ursula's like, "Oh no, I'm in trouble." And then
So
it's just
soft
pretending.
belly wins against a dark fairy.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Soft belly.
Soft belly wins.
So stupid.
I think you said squishy belly or something.
It's soft belly, but it's squishy as well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hey, you know,
So your scenario is Maleficent is going to fly really low to the ocean, and Ursula's going to get her with one of her tentacles.
even
no,
you
here's-
said
that's your
this would take
scenario.
place
Here's my
maybe
scenario.
half in
Look,
the ocean.
I will say my
No,
scenario
because
again.
Jacob's saying she keeps going underwater, and that's why she survives
All
because she runs away.
All right, let me say my whole scenario. All right, if you're going to
Part of fighting is running away.
You know,
Is he
I don't have to
strategic?
listen to anymore because it's already decided.
You're the one that's still talking.
No, he
true.
keeps wanting to explain it, and I'm like, I don't care.
Well, then
you made
keep,
a bad
then you
decision.
keep summarizing my argument, which isn't my argument.
You said that was your argument. She flies really low, and he grabs her with a tentacle.
That
and
is
then
not what I
Maleficent
said. That is not what I said.
Guys,
Play the
people
tape
turned
back.
off the
Play
show
the tape
5
back.
minutes ago.
so stupid.
Anything else to add?
Well, I can't decide if I want to finish my argument or not now. I don't know. All right.
Your argument was finished when you started judging this contest.
Oh, that's really mean.
No, it doesn't even make sense.
Jake, I
That
think
makes
you've done
no
a great
sense.
job.
That makes
Honestly,
zero sense.
this bracket was awesome, and I hope that when we continue to do brackets, once again,
I'm
send
never
in
doing
your
one
ideas.
again.
You're
Unless we
never
get a
doing one
different
again?
judge.
But I would love them to go just like this one did, because there were a lot of ironic matchups that kind of happened out of coincidence. So,
All right, Joel, will you let me say the whole scenario?
Sure.
You will? As he leaves. Oh, no, you're just taking that off. Okay. All right. Here's the scenario. They're fighting. It's not looking good maybe for Ursula, right? She sinks into the ocean. Maleficent is super confident. She's breathing fire. Ocean is pushing away a little bit. And so she gets closer and closer to the surface. And Ursula's right there and acting like she's losing or something. Maleficent is dragon form right by the surface. Ursula changes form, grabs with giant tentacles.
Maleficent teleports away.
No, she's wrapped all around her, pulls her into the ocean.
Teleporting doesn't matter what you're wrapped up in.
Maleficent just became Nightcrawler, apparently.
Ursula has magic too. She can block the teleporting or whatever. Like she's just as magical.
No.
It says it in the thing.
It does not say blocking teleporting.
Apparently, you have to spin in order to teleport with Maleficent. How are you going to spin away when you're caught by
There you go.
the
She can't
suction
spin.
cups of an octopus? You're not going to.
Okay, I'm
In
being
fact,
ganged up on.
If she
so
teleported away, if you're going by the rules of teleportation, Ursula would go to the same place.
no.
Yeah, because whoever you're touching, it's teleported.
I'm
with
just
you.
saying, she drowns her. That's it. Okay.
This is so stupid. Jacob's chewing his gum really loud in the microphone again.
Sorry.
Joel, thanks
You got me worked up.
Thanks for playing. It was really fun.
I'm never doing this again.
Come on.
This is such a stupid battle.
It's a Disney villain bracket. We started this 3 weeks ago by me saying this will be the worst thing we've ever done on the
And
show.
it was. And it was.
And it's now like one of my favorites and the listener's favorite.
No.
Hopefully.
All right, let's close up.
No, there are going to be people very mad about this, and please let Jacob know how mad you are about his decisions and poor judgments at baconsale.com or on our Facebook page. Also, share this with friends and family. Not this episode because it was terrible, but one of the better ones, and we'll have a good time there.
You know what this is like? This is like the NCAA bracket, which obviously we base this off.
Is that sports?
It's sports. I'm sorry. Okay. And like, say a 12th round team takes out a 5th round team. It's always exciting. They're the Cinderella. And so when there are surprises, like if you see Duke or North Carolina in the finals, you go, oh, cool. I don't care about either of these teams. But if you see BYU in the finals and they win, that's funny and that's fun. And this has been a dang good show.
So basically, we're learning Joel hates BYU.
Rude.
Ursula
Come on.
is not BYU.
Ursula is straight up
does not
BYU.
follow the honor
she is a
code.
co-ed. She's a BYU
No.
co-ed.
She wears sleeveless dresses.
She's soft belly. I am so sorry to everyone.
But if you want to find me, you can see me at 786Joel on Twitter. Also, you can find me at Quick Wits. They perform every Saturday night at the Middle Performing Arts Center. Also, Josh, have a good time in Nicaragua.
All right, if you want to find me on Twitter and Instagram, it's at Kenny3DD. If you want to read my reviews, it's ShowtimeShowdown.com. And you can see me on TV on Channel 14 every Friday morning, 8:30.
If you want to find me, I'll be reading hate mail at my desk and avoiding Joel, who will be giving me the stink eye.
Most of the hate mail is going to be from me.
Also on Twitter at Jacob A. Rogers.
So till next time, this has been Baconsale.
If you're not on it by now,
If you're not on it,
you will never, never, never be on it. Ooh. I had no idea how far he was going to go with that.
That is not on me.
You morons. Syllables need to be correct. It needs to rhyme. He's already thinking of destroying children.
You never know about Kent. I mean, he might have fought for Clayton until the end of time.
you never know about me.
I could let him go.
Is that a theme?
Is your argument that he has good intellect or that he scats everywhere?
And that soft belly of hers, she can speak the fairy language, especially in the tummy area. Listen, please listen. Those evil guys.
Well, I don't know. Let's see here. Apparently, the hantavirus can kill a lot of people.
It can.
Wow, that is impressive.
Amos almost got SIDS and died, who was almost taken out by a cat sleeping on his chest, by the way. It feels like blasphemy. It feels like ocean blasphemy.
Ocean blasphemy.
Yes.
Which is different from land blasphemy.
Yes, it definitely is. It's actually 70% worse because
Oh,
there's
man.
more ocean.
What I need from you is your voice.
I'll never stop. I'll never stop. So what's with you and like spearing people all the time?
That's true.
how I
That's come up a lot.
Really wronged.
No.
Like date wronged. Headless Horseman has a burning pumpkin. What is Hades the master of?
Burning pumpkins.
Fire.
Oh,
Today
is the greatest.
Oh, I'm going to fight for someone I don't really care for right now.
You gonna fight for Hopper?
A little weird, right?
That is a little weird. Ursula dislikes starvation.
Because I think his cannonballs would bounce right off her tummy.
Here, Disney, straight to DVD. We'll take anything. Oh, whoa, that went weird. Sorry. Come here, my pet.
I am woman, hear me roar.
You're all pigs.
Joel hates BYU.
Girl power. Evil girl power.
Hopper should have won.
That happened? I don't know. It's here on the internet.
It's, yep, internet. It must be true.
In the House of Mouse, that's exactly what happened.